So now it's Monday, March 23rd, 8:49. So I've been up for 2 hours again. They got me up. They woke me up at I think 6:30 this morning. And so I just got another argument. So this is our fourth argument with Olivia's spirit and grandmother's spirit because they don't know how to listen. I still have those 1,400 pictures down below that I want to incorporate in the story, but as I was sitting in bed this morning, I rolled over and I could hear what was playing on the video. And I was talking about Blair Witch Project. But the Blair Witch 2 Project, it deals with these aliens coming here, bringing a tape here, and mankind following it and assassinating me and your mother. So they want me to talk about that, but in the process of doing it, they've added 150 pictures to the storyline, that's like 3 hours worth of talking. And the way they tell the story, it meanders all over the place like that. Like oh, somebody here. Oh, it's the propane guys. Yeah, that's just propane, Lou. That's just propane. There's no license on it, as far as I can tell, so I can take a picture of that. See that? The propane guys? Superior propane. What's the message there? Well, super is one message. Then we got the that thing on the back. You can't see it, but in my next video, I'll talk about it. I'll show you a picture of what superior propane tank looks like. I'll decipher what that tanker truck is in the truck or in the driveway for. Why it's in the driveway. But right off the bat, because it's a tank and it's yellow, it represents warfare because it's a tank, like how do I put it? It's a tank, but because it's yellow is okay. Now I know what they want to say. So that tanker, the tank that's connected to warfare, like tanks from World War I and II. The yellow, that's a representation of the element water. I should have a picture of that here somewhere. Right here. So there goes the yellow tank. But you see how I have it as yellow for water? So that yellow tanker represents warfare. What kind of warfare? This is what they want me to start with, man. And I haven't even... I was going to talk about this later on down the line, but I guess they want me to talk about this damn tank that is in the driveway because this is how they change the story around. Now, this is why I get frustrated, Olivia, and because... Oh man. This is yesterday's story. I haven't even got to this story yet. This garbage pictures and stuff. I was expecting to get up this morning and get to work on this story. But no, your spirit, grandma's spirit, had a different objective. So now that I just started recording, they sent that damn propane tank over so that I could talk about what the hell the significance of the tank in my driveway means. So now I got to show you that. So you see the picture down here? This is halfway up the storyline, the storyboard, man. Like this is where I woke up this morning, right here, okay? So, no, that was at 5:25, man. So I've been up for 3 hours, man, making this storyboard with roughly 160 pictures on it. But I was planning to get up and talk about my story that I wanted to finish yesterday, which was their story, because that story down below with the garbage pictures, that's their storyline that I have yet to finish. So they keep compiling more and more and more on my plate, and I exploded again. I said, I can't keep doing this. I said, if you're my soulmate and you care about me and you love me, why the hell do you make me get so goddamn mad and angry when I tell you I don't like that? I do not like what those spirits are doing to me. They know that I don't like it when they compile work onto my plate, because every day is a new adventure for them. They compile more and more information on my plate, and it bugs me because I'm getting over. They're putting too much work on my plate for me to complete the work tasks that they've already assigned me. It's like I'm working at a factory. Like I don't know if you've ever seen this. What the hell is that? Lucy Chocolate Factory thing. This is what they're doing to me to help your mind's image understand what they're doing to me and why I get angry at them. Okay, so I want you to watch this Chocolate Factory video here, Lucy in the Chocolate Factory, because now the phone is ringing. So I want you to think of that as the spirits: Olivia's spirit, grandmother's spirit, mother's spirit, right? So they're pushing my workload, and it's overloading me, and I can't keep up with it. Every day they add more and more and more and more onto what I'm working on, and I'm getting backlogged. I have 1,400 pictures on my phone. Now I have 1,500 pictures, but there's some below that I've yet to complete. And they're the storytellers, and they every day is a different adventure for them. They wake up and they give me new tasks, and they forget about the old tasks that they've already given me. It's like the work that it's like the boss here at the factory saying, here's some work, finish it, and then they just speed it right through. Then the boss says, how come you haven't finished those other stories I told you yet? Well, because you keep adding more onto my plate. Every day you add more and more and more and more. And it's your fault that you forget those other stories down below. And because I want to complete those stories, because I'm a physical person, I get mad at you because I don't operate that way. So when you watch this, that's what's happening to me. They just every day just keep compiling because I wanted to finish yesterday's story. And I still have stories that finished before yesterday. And I have stories that finished before that. I'm backlogged at least 2 weeks worth of stories, because every day they keep changing the story and adding more and more onto it. And they forget about the other stories that they first started with. And that's what pisses me off, because they just don't seem to get it. So I got mad again. I broke a plate, threw it on the floor, kicked a hole in the wall. Screaming, my blood pressure in my brain, it feels like I could have a stroke because of how much blood pressure is going through my brain right now because of the yelling and screaming I'm doing. And I'm like, stop it, just don't do that. Let me get caught up on my work. Just tomorrow, I said, don't put anything on my plate tomorrow. Let me pick up where my work needs to be picked up from. Stop it, I said. I said, if you love me, why don't you listen to me? I said, this is a relationship I don't want to enter into. You're making me not want to enter into this relationship because you don't listen to your spouse. When a spouse tells you don't do something because it angers them, the other spouse should stop doing what's angering that other spouse. And they're not. And that bugs me. So forgive me if I punch a hole or kick a hole in the wall and smash a plate because my spouse doesn't know when to stop when her other spouse is saying, stop, let me get caught up on the other work. So when you watch that, that's why I'm angry. So now this is our fourth fight. Now, what I tried to tell them is the way they tell their stories, it doesn't make sense. But there's a reason why they tell the stories the way they do, because they're spirits, they're electricity. So for them, it's easy for them to see the clues. Like they can see the information here and then they can connect it really easy to the other information there. But everything connected together over an hour or 2 hours, like a movie, like for 2 hours, you forget what's over here at the beginning. And that's not how I operate. I gave them shit today. I said, you guys are thinking like spirits. You need to start thinking like a human being up here in the physical realm, because we don't operate like that. Our brains don't function like that. Our brains retain information when you stick to one specific story. So I said, you need to stick to one specific story, because the one that they want to talk about, this one here, it deals with Tubi. So this Tubi one here, right? There's a story here with Tubi. And that's what started it all. But the way the story flows, there's, like I said, 150 pictures. So it starts here with Tubi. So the way I would do the story as a physical person is I would stick all the facts with Tubi. I just talk about Tubi and only stay to Tubi, and that's it. I wouldn't connect anything else to it. Because us as physical beings up here, we would create a little memory or folder for this. So your brain would instantly remember the Tubi story. I remember that Tubi story. Yeah, I remember it. But when you start compiling more and more onto it, you're going to lose focus of what the main objective is, because there's too much information there that the spirits want to tell you. And I said, that's not how we operate. You need to stop telling your stories that way, because you're not a good storyteller. You need to tell the stories from my perspective, from a physical person, because us physical people, we retain information in a different way. They're spiritual. They retain information as electricity. So it's very easy for them to pull up a file folder and see the story the way they're telling it. But for me, it doesn't make sense, because there's too much information connecting all the puzzle pieces. So if you work on one story, like the Tubi story, and you tell that particular story of the information that's in there, us as physical people, we can retain that information and put it under a file somewhere and say, I remember that Tubi story, because it's very compact, maybe a half an hour or an hour or 45 minutes worth of information that you can remember and put it away. You remember all the information under Tubi. But the minute they start adding other stuff not associated with Tubi, such as other videos that are connected to Tubi, you begin losing focus of the main story. The main story in Tubi deals with the guys coming here bringing a videotape. But in order to help you visualize that, the spirits, they use other videos. And when you begin using those other videos to tell the story about Tubi, you lose focus of what Tubi is really trying to teach you, which is the aliens coming here and starting a war to get rid of me and Olivia. Through videotape. You lose focus of that because of all the extra clues that they're compiling on top of it. And that's where it gets frustrating, because I don't like telling a story that way myself. It's ineffective, and you're not going to remember it. So I'm going to do a quick run through how they want me to tell the story to you. And then I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to tell that story in the way they want it told. And then I'll show you the way that I would tell it as a physical person. Because I'm trying to help them tell better stories. But the way they see things, all the clues interconnect in a nice fashion. I can comprehend it, but the only reason I can comprehend it is because I'm awake spiritually. You're not. and you're not going to be able to retain that information because you haven't been spiritually awake for 10 years. For me, all the clues are right there. It's really simple to retain that information, but for a person who doesn't understand that because they're not spiritually awake, it's too much information overload. And so I'm going to show you all the pictures they want me to talk about, do a quick run through, because I'm already, how long am I in here? I'm already 15 minutes in. And then after this quick introduction, I'll show you the video the way I want to talk about it. But I'll do it the way they want me to, and then I'll do it the way I would have done it as a physical person, so that you can retain the information better. Hopefully, I can get through to these spirits so they can start telling better stories the way I want them to, so that you as the person watching can retain it. See, I would have put a thumbnail on this story, Tubi story. That way you would remember it as the Tubi story. The next story I would put Star Trek story, right? Next story I would have told whatever the other one is. I think it's Mother Dragon story. I could actually use thumbnails as the story so that you can retain it even more. So that, forgive me if I got mad again, but that's, when somebody tells you to stop and they don't stop, that means that they don't love you. And that bugs me. That's part of the reason why I get angry. This woman, the spirit of all creation, is supposed to love me, but she's pissing me off. When I ask her to stop, but she doesn't stop, I don't like that. It bugs me. And I got to spend forever with a person that doesn't listen to me? I don't like that, grandmother. So stop doing that, please. It's not a reflection on you, Olivia. It's grandmother. I don't know grandmother. But grandmother's pissing me off because she doesn't listen, and I have to spend forever with this woman. A woman that doesn't listen to her spouse, who she's supposed to love. And when your spouse gets angry and upset 3 times, 4 times, you would think that would be a red flag, like, oh, I better stop doing what he's asking me because it's pissing him off. No, you keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So, anyways, I got to talk about this thing here. I'm not even going to mention it. I'm just going to show you all the pictures, okay? So there's screen here. There's stuff here about a videotape. I'm not going to show it. There's just like, I'll do it real quick so you can understand what the hell happened here. So I wake up, 5:30. Then this is what I hear. Police arrested 3 obsessed movie fans. Who the hell's the 3 obsessed movie fans? These guys. Three obsessed movie fans who allegedly committed a series of ritualistic murders. After watching last summer's blockbuster movie. That's what they want. That's the important clue that they want me to talk about. But the way they talk and add all the extra information is frustrating. Plus, when somebody tells you to stop, like they didn't have to play that movie last night or this movie on Tubi. They could have just let something else play and let me sleep and then get up and then finish the workload that they gave me yesterday. This is yesterday's workload that I've yet to talk about. So there's like another 200 pictures here that I got to talk about that I've yet to finish talking about. So now I got to start all over again with this stuff. So after watching last summer's blockbuster movie, the blockbuster movie is the movie that the aliens are going to bring over here, the Blair Witch Project. So, just to make sure that you understand that I'm not recreating that those words on the screen like using some sort of computer technology. I had to figure out some way to take a screenshot that's legal, because by taking a screenshot of this, that's legal because this is a thumbnail down here, and because that's blacked out, it's not copyright infringement. So I can take a screenshot of that to prove that this is on the screen here, what you're looking at. So in the tiny hamlet of Jericho and Mills, Jericho that's in the Bible. Jericho. And I didn't even include that in the still shots, but now I got to pull that up so you understand what the hell that means. So, Jericho. I'll do the Bible story, right? So we'll do Bible story. So, let me pull up, look up the walls of Jericho here. So, I'm going to tell you how they broke those walls. The aliens that are coming over here with the tape, they used acoustic weapons. Basically, they use sound to weaken the atoms in the walls of those of Jericho. That's the reason why they get the people to blow the trumpets around. If you don't understand what an acoustic weapon is, you should check it out. How do acoustic weapons work? So there's sonic weapons, but there's one here like a sound weapon. Basically, the vibration of the focused sound beams it really disrupts the person's ear and could rupture the person's ear because of the sound frequency. So what they've done back here with the trumpets is the reason why they're blowing the trumpets is because they position the UFOs in the clouds above the city using the sound frequencies of a sound weapon to break apart the walls of Jericho. And there's a certain, it's not as easy as just doing this. It's a long process. That's why they get them to do it. I think 7 times they have to walk around the city, or 7 days or something. But the reason why they're blowing the trumpets is because of a acoustic sound weapon by the aliens that are come here bringing the tape over. And then when the walls fall down, it looks like a supernatural event, but it's not. It's just smoke and mirrors. So that's what the walls of Jericho are about. But and that's what the connection to Jericho here is. I don't like when that does that. Right there. So, Jericho. But there's more than that. Now you got to look up. The way I'm telling the story, I didn't plan on telling the story this way. But now Grandmother and Olivia got me telling the story this way. And this is what I'm telling them I don't like. I don't like doing this on the fly. I don't like being told what to do on the fly because you don't respect what I'm telling you to do, which is to stop doing that. You're not stopping. You're not listening, Grandmother. And that bugs me. Because if you love somebody, you stop when they say stop. And you're not stopping. Now you gotta look up RIPD. This one here, bad situation, I believe it is. Yeah, that's the one. So, when you watch this one here, the clip, it's called the Staff of Jericho. That's the staff. Like, it's not like a staff. It means people, like a staff meeting. So now I have to put up staff meeting to make you understand what a staff meeting is. Watch this one here. Dangerous staff meeting. You know, it's like a staff meeting, right? So the staff of Jericho is a meeting. Okay? Now you got to go over to here. After the staff meeting, you got to go over to Jericho trailer. Now you watch this one here. Jericho season 1 is about, I think, 23 cities in North America that were nuked. But I wonder who nuked those cities. I wonder why they called that the TV show Jericho. So now you got to go over to what's the word? World War Z. You go to World War Z, nuke scene. World War Z, nuke scene. Right? Now you go over to now you go over to this one. World War Z. I wonder what, that nuke in World War Z is about. So,
highest win rate guarantee only at Luxury Casino. Why would you play anywhere else? Install now.
so okay. So what do you see there? So now we go back to staff meeting. Staff meeting, right? Then we go. RIP. Top of Jericho. Probably watch that one there. IGN. Right? So, with the Stop of Jericho, then you go back over to, Jericho. You watch that? Right? Now, you gotta watch, go back to the nuke scene. World War Z, nuke scene. Then you go over to this scene here. You watch that now. And, you're an intelligent person. So you can figure out what it means. So, anyhow, now we go back over to the story here that they want me to tell. So, Tiny Hamlet, Jericho Mills, right? So, now we go over to here. Police arrested 3 obsessed movie fans. Police arrested 3 obsessed movie fans. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Star. I'm not a star yet, but I'll be a star pretty soon. But Olivia's she's a star. She's a celebrity. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Jeez, I wonder what those 3 obsessed movie fans mean, eh? So, now we gotta go over here. What's this one? Who allegedly committed a series of ritualistic murders. After watching last summer's blockbuster movie. You know that movie about me that the aliens are bringing over here to discredit my holy creator name? Holy man, oh man. So, the vehicle you see right behind me. Where's that vehicle? The vehicle you see right behind me. I gotta go up the vehicle, right? V trailer. So when you watch V trailer, it has the vehicle in it, right? Like the UFO. That's what it's talking about. So you gotta include V trailer because it's about these aliens coming over here to get rid of me with a tape, proclaiming me to be Satan. But I'm not Satan, man. I'm just an average Native American man. So, so the vehicle. Where's that one go? The UFO you see right behind me is owned by the vehicle you see behind me is owned by one of the suspects. Suspects. Oh, goodness gracious. Sadly, it has happened. So many times before in this country. Oh, man. Violent art has inspired violence. So, The violent art has inspired real life violence. The violent art is the goddamn fabricated tape that they're gonna bring over here to discredit my creator name. It's not real, man. And so, but I had your videotapes. That's the aliens coming over here with a videotape, man. Slapped together over at Montgomery College. You know who Montgomery is, right? Oh, well. This is just better and better as you go along. They're listening to me because they're the ones telling the story this way so that I can get what I want, which is to focus on that particular story. And then I can carry on about the story that I want to focus on. But, so now we go among Montgomery Burns, man. Montgomery Burns. Oh, boy. And so, who's Montgomery Burns? Mr. Burns. His name is Charles Montgomery Plantagenet Schrickogruber or something, but they call him Monty Burns. So, gee, I wonder why they call him Mr. Burns. Montgomery Burns. Hey, go. There's more, folks. There's more. Montgomery College. It's about the aliens coming over with the tape trying to take you to college. I mean, I'm trying to take you to university, man, and give you a certificate a certificate of eternity. But if you just want to go to college and get a certificate of de-anonymization, that's your prerogative. But I'm warning you, don't take that college certificate. Come over here with me, and you get a university certificate. So, Ned Flanders, man. Who's Ned Flanders? He's the religious character from The Simpsons. So when these guys are going to Montgomery College, it means that the aliens are going to come over here and give them an educational degree based on the scientific knowledge that they're going to bring here. Like, come heal the sick. We can resurrect the dead. Look it. We can de-anonymize somebody. Look it. We brought a tape of that guy over there. And right now, you want to think of them being in grade school? Because they only have a little bit of information. So they're in grade school. But if they come over here to go to Montgomery College, well, then they're going to, get an education based on whatever those aliens are selling them. So these aliens have slapped together some fabricated tape at Montgomery College, and now these guys are playing it around for mankind to see. So sort of tells the whole story. Yeah, the story of what happened, right? Like, I stole a UFO, I did this, I did that, my friends come over here, everything I've been telling you in these movies, or this video, I should say. So, what about the redhead? So this is where things get complex. So the redhead it's connected to Ariana Grande, who's a musician. So I now have to talk about that. She was a pretty girl. So the pretty girl means Miss Olivia Rodrigo was a pretty girl, but it's too bad she had to, burn out. Holy crap. That's a Mr. Burns, right? So now I go back over here to remind you that she was a pretty girl. But down here, I guess, that pretty girl, you know what I mean? So, no, we just found her in the closet. You do know who Lilith is, right? So now we got to look at Lilith. So most of you probably don't know this, but let's see what I'm gonna watch here. So Lilith, the first woman, biblical stories explained. You can watch that one. This is a good one here. So watch this one, okay? Lilith, the first wife of Adam. Angels and demons. So basically, she was created alongside of Adam at the same time, not from his rib, and was equal to him. But she didn't want to be his subject yet. She didn't want to bow down to him. So she left the garden, but was demonized for leaving the garden because she basically, I guess, turned her back on her so-called creator or something, and was demonized. So that's who they think is in the closet. Lilith. So, no, we just found her in the closet. So there's a sense of Pulp Fiction, like those stories, right? The stories being fiction. They're not real. Hence, the character Lilith is not real. But when you've been taught that your entire life, and that's all you ever know, and then you suddenly see UFOs come here, verifying your side of the story, that's instantly what you're going to assume, that she's Lilith and that you found her in the closet. So now we got to go to the witch got into her. Well, what's the witch? It's a representation of me being the witch or warlock. So I took a picture of that because it's black and white. Well, for that you need to watch Michael Jackson black and white, okay? Because he's dancing around with Native Americans in black or white, which is why I took a picture of it. Those are Native Americans. So if they believe the witch got into her, they must assume that I, as a Native American, am a witch or a warlock. That's what the black and white means. So the next one is the witch screwed with her mind or something. So this one here is Abigail. If I screw with her mind, it means over here, like Abigail. Abigail is the trailer. If you want to watch Abigail the trailer, you understand who Abigail is over here. If they're saying that these guys are saying that I mess with her mind or something, it means Abigail. But Abigail is a vampire. It's a vampire movie. So therefore, she plays the role of Abigail through her song, Vampire. So you can now listen to Vampire. Now, here we go over here. Getting rid of her because she had a miscarriage. So they don't want her and I binding our souls together. They don't want her and I having a child together because they believe that if we do that, we're going to hurt the aliens that are here. The aliens pretending to be good. Like, they're going to come over and pretend to be good and say, I'm the bad guy, cause a war, and then, try to get rid of me and her so that we can't have that baby. And if that happens, I told you before, I'm just going to rewind time. And in the process, everyone is going to perish. Evil will lose because the UFOs up there, everyone up there will suddenly die in those UFOs. Those androids will get shocked to death. The Neuralink will get shocked in their electricity. 100 242 trillion evil people in throughout creation will suddenly die because they'll get fried with electricity. Half the planet here who are imposters, those particles that are inside the bodies pretending to be people they're not, those things will get fried. Half the planet will suddenly wake up, and then I'll be standing here alive, minus, all the bad people. And all because somebody tried to get rid of her and I. And when that happens, if it was a human that did it, that's called it's called crimes that cannot be defined. It's treason. It's high treason. If somebody drops a nuke on the father of all creation or shoots the father of all creation with a bullet, or comes over here and blows up my house with a van load of dynamite, that's worse than blasphemy. That's high treason. What do you think happens to traitors? Because Olivia Rodrigo sings a song called Traitor. I don't know if you know that. You might want to look up her song, guys. Her and I will not put up with traitors. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So listen to her song. So if we're the only good people left in creation because I got nuked or I got shot with a bullet or whatever else may have happened, and all the bad guys are gone, and somebody's responsible for getting rid of me, what do they call that? An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth? Isn't that that's a verse, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's a verse. Let me double check. I just want to make sure I get my facts right here. For an eye, bub. Eye for an eye. Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. Whosoever takes a human life shall surely be put to death. Whoever takes an animal's life shall make it good. So, if I'm unalived, it's right there. Those are laws. So I'm just showing you the facts, man. Make sure you're on the right side of the fence when these aliens come here. So, there you go. Nice straw. So, that's why they want to get rid of her, because they think that she's Lilith and will harm the good guys, the aliens. And we'll get rid of the aliens that are pretending to be humans, and when they're not, they're machines. What are you talking about, miscarriage? Well, you look at Rosemary's Baby. Have you ever seen Rosemary's Baby? I think I've used it already in one of my videos, but I'll bring it back up for you again, in case you forgot, to refresh your memory. I think it's the ending to look at here. So, this one here. What have you done to its eyes? You can watch that one, or this one here. Aren't you his mother? Basically what happens is these guys here, they're Satanists, and they're like, Satan begat a child with a mortal woman. He came up from hell and had a baby with a mortal woman. Hail Satan! Hail Satan! So that's why they want to prevent the miscarriage. They don't want the baby happening because they think I'm Satan. And I'm not Satan, man. I'm the father of all creation. And that's something that needs to happen to get rid of evil. But in order to do that, there's a process. I thought they're going to go get pregnant with her right away. I mean, there's a process to allow mankind to purify yourselves of all sin. And once you purify yourself of all sin, that's when I'll bind my soul to her and we'll get pregnant. But while we're doing that, we're going to go over to these evil planets and de-atomize them. And that's something that only I can do as the father of all creation, because my spaceships can do that. Once I seize control of the universe, it's my gamma rays that'll de-atomize that planet. And it's Olivia's radio waves and microwaves and infrared waves, infrared waves that will put the planet back together. With my X-rays and ultraviolet rays. So while we're waiting for that to happen, waiting for to get to have the baby, we can still go over there and de-atomize a bunch of planets. But that baby needs to happen because it's the way that we can get rid of them real fast. Mankind might have enough time to go out there and de-atomize, maybe 700 planets. I would say 300 planets. I think we're going to de-atomize 300 planets before we have that baby. I think you maybe need to watch the trailer 300 to understand that, We'll almost get them before we have the baby. Because once you guys are 100% pure, then we could, stop de-atomizing them and just get pregnant. It's the faster way to go along. So I'm predicting that on November 10th, we're going to be able to go out and de-atomize 300 planets where Olivia and I can get pregnant and then just get rid of the rest of them. So 300 planets on a 1,400 planets means there's still about 1,100 planets left times 8 universes. So there'll still be quite a few planets times 2 universes. So it's just a prediction. So make sure you're on the right side of the fence. I don't like how that every time I come in here, I gotta look for that picture again. So now we're over here. Now we're at Point Break. So local officials are urging calm. That's me. I'm urging you to be calm and not do anything rash. So here they want to now the spirits want me to show Point Break. So if you watch Point Break, it's about a movie. Not a movie. I mean, it's a movie, but it's based on a police officer. You want to think about me being the police officer chasing after this guy here. This is the bad guy. Here, that's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. I'm the good guy. I'm the police officer. But they're going to have spin it the other way around. So, and I'm trying to keep curiosity seekers at bay. And I've already said that. If they come over here and they come in through the back door by giving the videotape to, I don't know, somebody, a country on this planet somewhere, that country begins broadcasting it. Once they broadcast it, then people will go in the back door because they're curious to see what the tape looks like. More than likely it'll be, curiosity. Like curiosity killed the cat, right? Like they wanna see what the hell the tape is all about. Because the guys that are watching the tape are gonna believe that it's real because, they're naive. So I'm trying to keep curiosity as that baby because I'm telling you, anybody that messes around with that tape is gonna get de-atomized beside these evil aliens pretending to be something they're not. So the next one is, and as it has in the past. So, so the past means that for 666 lives, this has happened in the past. Meaning the tape, nobody listens to me. They play the damn tape anyways. And, because I cannot be killed, I'm going forward forever. And if you play that tape this last life round, you won't be joining me. It's that simple, man. You've done it before in past lives, 666 lives. And this is the last kick at the can. And if you drop the ball on this one, you only have yourself to blame. Rumors about a supernatural presence causing these murders. So, what's the supernatural presence? Well, that's Empire. So, they want me to go with Empire State of Mind or King Kong, right? So, but I'm not going to go that way. But this is the way they wanted me to take the story, and this is where I'd say that it gets confusing because when you add on all these other subliminal clues to as evidence to back up what I'm trying to tell you, That's where it gets confusing because you now have to remember all this other information I told you to remember, such as Point Break, right? That song, these trailers, all this stuff has to be retained in your memory. When I could have just told you what all the information means, I didn't need to make you guys go watch all this information, but that's how the spirits operate. They like connecting clues together to tell their story. So I'm not going to talk about King Kong here. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that the supernatural presence causing these murders is it's the how can I put this they believe it's Satan because I'm going to show you that part from Little Nicky because there's a thing with the mark of the beast that they're going to use, I bet. So I want you to watch this here. Yeah, see if we can find it. This one. So, what is a blood moon? That's not the one I want. I want this is the one here. Okay, so this guy's an author, right? So, Mark of the Beast. That's what you need to watch. So he wrote a book called Blood Moon. Okay, Blood Moon means that that girl Olivia Rodrigo is blood or family. She's gonna stand beside me because she's family. Although she's not Native American, she does have like the Native American grandmother soul inside of her. So that's what makes her the blood moon. What's the moon part? So I don't want you to watch the blood moon, but I want you to watch this here, the mark of the beast. Okay? There it is there, blood moon's rising. So again, I have to show you the connection to that, which is her riding on the moon. So if you want to listen to that song, go ahead. But that's her on the moon. So she's the blood moon. She's family. She's your family. She's your mother. And not these clowns coming over here pretending to be your mother. So she's family. That's what blood moon means. And when you watch the mark of the beast, the mark upon the right hand, 90% of us are right-handed, and 90% of us do this, and 90% of us do that. That's the mark of the beast. And I'm telling you, that's illegal. We don't do that. We don't climax by ourselves. We have to bind our souls to somebody and make love. And you climax inside your soulmate 100% of the time. There's no oral sex, no anal sex, no pulling out or anything. You stay inside and you make love and you climax at the exact same time. That's making love. So if you take that mark upon your right hand, you're taking the mark of the beast by thinking it's okay to do that or do this or okay to have sex outside a soul binding union. But if you take the mark of the beast upon the forehead, here, that's opening your third eye, allowing you to see things that you normally wouldn't see. But, they're going to spin it as being something supernatural. That somehow my spirit that's evil is able to control mankind and leave these clues to make me look like I'm the good guy. That's what they're going to tell you, that my spirit is in control of this planet and is making all these clues to make it look like I'm the good guy. And that's why their tape proves that they're the good guy. So what I have on my side is the power of spirit. What they have on their side is the power of special effects to create a movie that ain't real. And we're both saying that we're the creators. So who are you going to believe? Are you going to take the mark of the beast on this hand, which is them, or the mark upon the forehead? But they have that base covered. They're going to say it's supernatural. And I know what they're going to say next is, it's connected to Little Nicky. Record player. So if you watch Little Nicky and they play Chicago backwards on here, I think there's one here. You can watch this one here. All right, in case so you gotta look for one, but the one you want to look for is Little Nicky record. So Little Nicky, here's one here. Little Nicky is Satan's son. So they're gonna spin it based on this. And if you haven't heard of what this is, it's something that came out in the 70s and 80s when records like when rock music started to come out. They said that rock music was the creation of Satan, and that if you spun the record backwards of rock music, that you could hear a subliminal message. So I can tell that the mark of the beast on the forehead, which is me, mark of the beauty, Olivia Rodrigo, and the beast, Anthony Oliver Coggy, is going to be supernatural. They're going to say that my demonic spirit is what's creating these clues, is a smokescreen to make it look like I'm the good guy and they're the bad guy. Because they need somehow to explain how I'm able to see things and how I see them, and show you and how I see them. And when I'm waking up your third eye, that's how they're going to spin it. That it's supernatural and that it's based on Satan and how he leaves his supernatural messages, because this is his planet. They're going to say it's my spirit tricking you, and that's bullshit. They're the bad guys. So with that piece of information, you can now understand what this means here. Supernatural presence causing these murders. So as this supernatural presence, you want to think of as being an evil spirit that's able to, cause my own murder and the murder of my future spouse. Who knows how, man? But you're smart. Figure it out. So that's what that means. But they wanted me to go into King Kong. I'm not going to go into King Kong. I'll tell you about that later. But the reason why they wanted to go into King Kong is it's connected to a movie scene here. But I don't want to overload your plate with too much information, so I'm now going to go to the next video or next part. So, and it's happened in the past. So now there's like a last man hunt. So they wanted me to add hunted here. The man comes around, but I'm not going to. I'm going to focus on that particular video. Let me talk about Star Trek. Then they're wanting me to talk about prey, but it's all over the place. So here we are back at the main story. So are spreading like wildfire. So there's like rumors that are spreading like wildfire all over the internet. Basically, when they bring the tape here into the back door, that people that believe that they're the Almighty are going to open up the back door, and people are going to start searching for that video all over the internet. And you're going to see me, in a way that is not real. It's created by technology. How hard is that to believe, man? An advanced race that comes here in a fucking UFO, bringing in a trumped up tape that looks legitimate, but hell, man, you just need to look at our technology. We could probably fabricate something like that right today, man. So how the hell do you know that it's real? What makes you think that goddamn tape is real? Oh, could it be pride and ego? So that's what it means. And I told you that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring the goddamn tape here, and everyone's going to open up the back door, and everyone's going to look at it. And suddenly, my name's going to get dragged through the dirt. And because I'm the father of all creation, anybody that looks at that tape, how do I put this delicately? Or allows that tape to come here? I think it's 1028. Let's see what it is. Right there. Only I can do that. Nobody else. So anybody that watches that tape, I mean it. Any person that watches it, because I'm watching. As the father of all creation, I'm watching everybody. Anybody that allows that tape to come here, anybody that watches that tape, because, I decide as Father Death who gets to come to paradise. Olivia is Mother Life. She determines who gets to live. Because that's the universal law of duality, life and death, right? So I suggest if you want to, if you want to stand beside Olivia, whose element is life, that, you proclaim her your mother and tell these aliens to get lost because you don't want to risk dealing with Father Death. So he videotaped the whole thing. That's them saying they got a videotape of me and what I did to them. They're going to come here with that tape. And I told you, anybody that watches that tape, is that there? Listen to that song. Hate to say I told you so. But anybody that listens to that tape, don't come crying to me later saying, well, we didn't know. I'm sorry, Anthony, that you were the boss. Can we come to paradise with you? I'm going to say, hate to say I told you so, but I told you not to watch that tape or allow them to come in the back door with it. And now because you did, no, you're not coming to paradise. Hate to say I told you so. So now you got to watch The Ring. Because it's about anybody who watches that tape dying. That's what that's about. Because of Matthew 10:28. So, you've been warned. So, he videotaped the whole thing. Watch the tapes. So, obviously, if people are going to say watch the tape or watch the video, somebody's not listening out there. Gee, I wonder who's not listening. Yeah, I wonder who's not listening. Watch the tapes, guys. Watch the tapes. You'll see. You'll see. Watch the tapes. You'll see. Look at the goddamn tapes, I'm telling you. Look at the goddamn tapes. So, truth or dare? Truth or dare? So, what you're looking at here is there are only two certainties in life. That's negative and positive, right and wrong, left and right, man and woman, up and down, good and bad. One of us is telling the truth and one of us is not. And seeing as I'm okay with telling you what transpired in this bedroom on a world stage, what came out of my mouth word for word, and since I've already written that to my community, I'm telling the truth. Those letters I wrote to my community, I told them exactly what was transpiring in here and that it's outside my character. So I already have witness testimony that says that I've already made the truth, and I have a book out there that spirituality, that billboard. I'm pretty certain if I go back to that billboard, or if I go back to Squarespace, that I could probably reignite that account, and they would probably have that information on their servers. I'm going to try to do that in May, so hopefully I can have that book up and running in May. Then you can read it, because I tell the truth in that book. So they're very good at what they do. So perhaps maybe the thing got lost in the shuffle. But anyhow, I don't think so. I'm pretty certain somebody out there probably downloaded it somehow, and I could find it somehow. Somebody out there I know has that book. So what was I going to go here with? I'm going to do this one for you guys, because you're being presented with two paths, and only one can be right. And if I'm Anthony the honest, how can I be Anthony the dishonest? So this is what I talk about a lot. So the one I tend to use the most is this one. I want you to watch this one, because I'm an honest person, and you can literally say, there walks an honest man. He can be trusted. If I'm being honest with you, how can I be Satan the deceiver? Because I'm not hiding anything from you. But if they're bringing a tape here that mankind could create with their technology, well, how can you trust that? How can you trust what's coming out of their words when they don't have a track record of trust? I have a track record of trust, because I wrote in that book telling what was happening here. I'm willing to say what happened here, and I wrote 2 letters to my community telling them what's going on. And I have a track record of truth and honesty. That makes me honest. So I cannot be that deceiver that you're trying to paint me as. Just because a tape comes here that proclaims me that and maybe shows that I could be that, doesn't mean I am that. Because how do you know that those people that can fly around the UFOs with technology that is 200,000 years ahead of mankind did not fabricate that tape? Because I know that they did. So remember that when you watch that. So you're being presented with two paths, man. Whichever road you choose will determine, where you go. So, 2 roads. One is this one here, and one is this one here. Unfortunately, because of the nonsense that has been transpiring here by evil, I have to play the role of being down here while they're up here. But that's not how it is, kids. This is how it is here. So one road is you can please dog. If you please dog, it means that it pleases him to know that he has you wrapped around his little finger with his lies. And it pleases him to know that during his final moments in existence that he's going to drag down a bunch of people with him as well who are innocent bystanders. That's what pleases him. Or you could trust Anthony and do everything that I'm telling you to do. And we'll all get all of this together in one piece, because I've already said it once, I'll say it again. I want 100% participation when they come here. I want you to say, take that tape, shove it up your yay hole where the sun don't shine, and go wait on the moon. We'll call you back when Anthony has his evidence here from his universe. That way, the playing field is level. So I'm going to show you one more thing here after this. So the 2 roads being presented here, guys, are those roads here. So Shooting star, right? Life Mountain, Death Valley. Why Death Valley? Well, because change is, difficult. And if you can't make that hard journey up here by stopping your right hand, you're not going to make it to eternity. If you can't stop eating, salty foods, salty processed foods, and junk foods at the drive-throughs and stuff, you're not going to make it to paradise. If you can't, get up off your butt and go run 5 kilometers a day while doing crunches, exercising 88 minutes a day, you ain't going to make it to paradise. If you can't stop drinking, drugging, smoking tobacco, you ain't going to make it to paradise. And if you can't let go of racism, anger, hate, you ain't going to make it to paradise. Because when her and I become pregnant and we're ready to get rid of evil, if you're carrying an ounce of hate in your heart towards me or her or any other person on the planet, that's racism. You'll die. You'll get shocked. And you won't be coming to paradise with us. You can't be carrying animosity. You can't be carrying jealousy. If you're carrying jealousy in your heart that Native Americans are the creators, you'll die. You'll get shocked to death when you become pregnant. So you need to start focusing on yourself, because racism is not allowed in paradise, and nor is hate, nor is jealousy or envy. Those are sins. And when I get her pregnant, anyone who's carrying those sins are going to get shocked to death. And I'm trying to protect you by telling you to climb up this mountain. It's hard. It's hard, but once you start letting go and saying, I'm okay with, Olivia Rodrigo being the mother because she's Caucasian and she's, Filipino. Yeah, he's Native American. It bugs me a little bit that Native Americans are in control, but oh well, I think I can let that go. No biggie, because I got a new mother to hang on to. I think I could love them guys. I'm not gonna let hate dictate me. Because once you start doing the purification, you're gonna see that it's easier and easier to let go of those bad habits. But you'll never know if you can let go if you don't start climbing that mountain. Because if you don't let go, you can't break free of the chains. The chains that are holding you are the evil soul that's inside of you. The only way to get that evil soul out of you is to exercise, eat healthy, until you become muscular and, are eating all those proper foods and exercising daily. Then that evil soul inside of you gets kicked out. And the magnetism in your brain, that's part of your soul, it frees up from the ability of the quantum computer to manipulate your thoughts with fear, anger, hate, disgust, envy, jealousy, racism. You'll break free of all those thoughts, but you'll never know if you don't trust me and start now to climb up that hill. And I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to protect you and teach you. So I want you to watch this here. Because love of something that's not real, such as these Caucasian imposters coming here pretending to be the mother and father of all creation, that's love. And it leads to many other dangerous emotions, such as racism and hate, jealousy, envy, anger. And if you can let go of that love for that shit that ain't real and start embracing Olivia Rodrigo as the mother, you may not agree with me and what I'm saying, but you could at least embrace that wonderful woman as your mother. Because I have a job to do. I have a job to get rid of 242 trillion evil dummies while protecting you. You may not like what I have to say, but it's the God's honest truth. So let go of that love, because you'll get dragged down if you don't let go of it. That guy ain't real. That shit ain't real that they're coming over here with. I'm the real deal. So I'm going to put on that song for you, because it's about you being a shooting star. Literally, man. Like, you now need to watch this. What does that have to do with anything? Everything. So, there it is. So, don't you know that you're a shooting star? Or you're a star that shoots? So, she's the shooting star. Olivia's the shooting star. Why is she the shooting star? Because, oh my goodness. There's so much information here. I told them not to do information overload, but at least they listened to me. We got done with the Tubi video because that's how I want to tell my stories. But they compiled on a little bit more. I didn't want them to do that, but they did. But at least they listened to me with the Tubi stories. So now I told the entire Tubi story in 1 hour and a half. So now when you watch this video, you can relate to the Tubi story. Your mind's going to remember. I remember the Tubi story. Why are you going to remember it? Well, because there's a lot of information there that makes sense, and you can understand it without getting too overfocused or too overloaded. So your brain will remember the Tubi story because you'll be like, that stuff about Blair Witch 2 on that Tubi thing. That's like evidence that they are going to come here with a tape. So it's spiritual evidence. But they're going to spin it as though it's my evil spirit creating that to trick you. And I'm not trying to trick you. That's the God honest truth. Those are spirits, your spirits, because we all have spirits. And those spirits are working hard to try to, make sure that you don't get tricked into thinking that it's my evil spirit creating that story on Tubi. It's not. It's your spirits. It's everyone's spirits. So there's the shooting star there. Okay, so there's a star and there's a moon. So the shooting star over here, Olivia, don't you know that you're a shooting star? Up there, that star. That's the moon again, guys. That's Olivia Rodrigo on the moon. So if we go back to Olivia Rodrigo on the moon again, we go over there. So that star, it'd be over here somewhere. Right? In fact, there's a little star right there. You notice it right there in the corner? So she's sitting on there. That's what makes her the shooting star. Through the association of the moon and crescent. So that little star over here, right there, that's the crescent moon. She's the shooting star. You wouldn't know that though, Olivia. Nobody on planet Earth knows that except me because I'm the creator. So they want me to go a little bit further, but I'm like, no, I want to cut it off there now. But they want to talk about the lyrics. So shooting star, bad company. That's why I call it bad company, man. One of us has to be good company. One of us has to be bad company. They're the bad company, man. They're going to take you down in the Death Valley if you follow them down that way. So, Johnny told his mama, hey, mama, I'm going away. I'm going to hit the big time. I'm going to be a big star someday. Mama came to the door with a teardrop in her eye. Johnny said, don't cry, mama. Smile, wave goodbye. So who's the mama? Um, that's her here. You can watch that video if you want, but she's the mama. Right? So Johnny told his mama, hey, mama, I'm going away. I'm going to hit the big time. She's the big time. I'm going to be a big star someday. So I'm going to be a big star up here someday. Mama came to the door with a teardrop in her eye. That doesn't mean that she's going to come to my door and cry around and try to get together with me. No, it means knocking on heaven's door. Like, that's a song, right? So it's literal in terms of she now has to make a choice herself. Does she want to go down this way or does she want to go that way? Because this is knocking on heaven's door. So it means that she's going to come to she's going to come to the door with a teardrop in her eye and realize that, these past 8 years of me telling her who she was true all along. And now it's too late to, go back. She can't go back to a time when she was just a young lady. She's in love with another man. So it's like bittersweet symphony. It's like, it was true all along. I should have listened to him a long time ago, but oh well, that's okay. I'm in love with my boyfriend. We have a family together. So the teardrop is like bittersweet symphony, right? So, and it means saving her, right? Because it's a sacrifice I had to make by letting her become pregnant to prove I'm an Alpha and Omega. So there's a teardrop there. There's like the teardrop of sadness, but a teardrop of happiness. Like, thank you for, protecting me and allowing me to have this wonderful family with my husband. And I'm happy for you and your new life. That's the teardrop. Like teardrops of, what could have been, but teardrops of what is. She's happy in her life and she's happy for me. Happy both ways. But reminiscing about the past. Don't cry, mama. Smile and wave goodbye. So, don't you know that you're a shooting star? Don't you know? Don't you know? So, don't you know you're a shooting star? And the world will love you just as long as you are. So, that's you guys down here. So, we're the shooting star up here, guys. But if you shoot these stars, Matthew 28 is what awaits you. Or was that other one? Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. So don't be a shooting star, literally, but figuratively, start climbing that mountain so that you can be a shooting star up here. One more. Then I can shut this down, but I'm already an hour and 20 minutes in. They're adding one more thing onto my plate when I asked them not to do that already. Because they know I had this is my fourth explosion at them, man. So now I got to go over to I don't have it in here, so right here. That's good enough. So I want you to watch this when we were young video because it's about everybody watching me. Everybody loves the things you do, Anthony. Those are spirits, right? Your spirits. Every atom in your body exists inside of my body. And those atoms are quantumly linked together because of the electricity. So every atom of every person on planet Earth that has ever lived on this planet is still inside on this planet because the planet is my soul. And the magnetosphere that's connected to a black hole connects to all of those atoms on the planet, means that all those people on the planet are in the spirit world and are able to communicate with me. And they love the things I do. So when you listen to it, that's basically everyone's spirits on planet Earth saying, everybody loves the things you do, Anthony, from the way you talk to the way you move. Everybody here as a spirit on planet Earth is watching you because you feel like home, meaning we're very close to getting to eternity, meaning I can pull my children out of the elemental universe and bring them over here, and then we can stand side by side. There's going to be a comparison. Right now, there's a it's not fair. So I want you to listen to that song right now. Pause the video, go listen to the song. Everybody loves the things you do, Anthony. From the way you talk to the way you move, Anthony. Everybody here in the spirit world is watching you because you feel like home. You feel like, paradise. So, that's me. That's grandmother. Now, to shut that nonsense down about my spirit being, evil or whatever, why don't you watch this one? I'm watching. Devil can't write no love song. You can't have it both ways. I'm telling you. If I'm influencing mankind by creating that Tubi show, how the hell can I write such a beautiful song through Adele? You can't have it both ways, kids. You got to choose what to believe in. And the devil can't write no love song. So if I'm in control of writing music for all mankind, how the hell am I creating such a wonderful love song through Adele? Hence, how am I able to create that Tubi video as somebody evil? You can't have it both ways. The devil can't write rock music and love music, is what I'm trying to tell you. So, it's my spirit and Olivia's spirit that writes everything for you. Everything that is on this planet is designed by our spirits. At the top, at the very top. Because we've walked down this path 666 times or 1,000 times already. Which give us plenty of time to do what we need to do. So don't go try to play that card, man. Say that I'm the devil and I made up that Tubi video when I just proved to you that I'm Adele. It's your spirits that are letting you know that everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. So, now, one last thing here, kids. And I'll shut this video down. I want you to look at this percentage-wise here, okay? See this here? Okay? See that there? 2% added to 28%, 0.8 is 29%. So you have 29 to 25.6. Okay? 0.2 added to that is 29. So you get 29 plus that. So 54.6% of the world, right, are going to have a UFO here, proclaiming them as the makers. But what about the Chinese people? What about the Hinduism people? What about Europe? Because Europe believe in Norse mythology. The Germans, the French, the English, the Norse people themselves, from Iceland, Norway. African people believe in something else. Aboriginal people believe in something else. Native Americans believe in something else. And South American people believe in something else. So we're at what's called a Mexican standoff. It's not fair that this half of the world is going to stand with those aliens when I'm telling you I have UFOs. I need to be afforded my opportunity to bring my UFOs here, because then and only then can you be a good jury member and decide whether or not you want to live forever or not. Because if you pull the gun too soon and pull the trigger, you're not going to make it to eternity. So just because some UFOs come here looking like you doesn't mean that I don't have UFOs that can come over here looking like me. And I can, and I will. And that's what I want to teach you. It's not fair that the other 45.4% of us have to bow down to you just because we don't have UFOs here. That's not fair, don't you think? And especially when that man is saying he has UFOs. So don't go doing anything that you're going to regret, because it's not fair to the other 45% of us who want to see if those UFOs can come here, my warships. 45.4. Treaty 45.5, or the Saugeen Tract Purchase, was signed on August 9, 1836 by representatives of the Crown and certain Anishinaabe peoples. The territory described in the written treaty covers approximately 1.5 million acres of land, was part of the Bondhead Treaty Purchase, along with Treaty 45 for the Manitoulin Island. So that's Saugeen First Nation and Nawash First Nation. Right here, Saugeen Treaty number 45.5. You can look it up here in the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation of Environment Office. That's our treaty. So 45.5 means 45.5. Isn't that kind of ironic? How the hell did I pull that off if I'm Satan? When it's your books that have total control of 54.5% of the population. Not mine. I didn't write those books. Think about it. The other 45.5 of us of this planet want my UFOs here. And we want to stand in a court of law and not be, subjected to evil's nonsense. Give the other 45.5 of us our opportunity on the stage. You now have your opportunity just because these dumbasses are here. But what about the other 45.5 of us? We want that equal opportunity because we don't follow that. You need to be fair to us. You can't be unjust or unfair just because some fancy smancy robots come over here pretending to be your mommy and daddy. That shit ain't real. So when I get my UFOs here in July, I'm going to say the summer of 2027, then you can ask those UFOs to come here with their tape and their, well, I want you to ask them to go back to the moon and say, we're going to wait till the summer of 2027 for Anthony's UFOs to come here, and then we'll ask you to come back. So, why summer? See this here? So, in my previous videos, I said that they're going to be here in January 2027. No, my UFOs won't be here till summer of 2027. But summer happens from June 21st to September 21st. So my UFOs could come here between June 21st, June, July, August. August 21st or September 21st. Yeah, September 21st. So sometime between June 21st of 2027 and September 21st, 2027, my UFOs will come here. How do I know that? From this shirt. Because you flip it over. You see that number there, 27, 27? Summer 2027. My UFOs are going to be here in the summer. So I need to be afforded that opportunity to bring my UFOs here so that the other 45.5% of this planet can stand beside me and my UFOs. And then we could do this in due process and say, okay, he said he would have UFOs. They're here. They have a tape, just like he said. They're heavily equipped. They're 13 miles wide, just like he said. All right, let's do this court proceeding. Can you come back from the moon, guys? What? You can't come back from the moon? I wonder why that is. Huh? Your spaceships don't work anymore? Anthony said that would happen. Huh? That's a kind of a red flag. I'm so glad I did not play that tape like he said. I'm so glad that, we played this out in due process and didn't, go over there and shoot those stars. Because I'm so glad that I listened and, did it by the book is what I'm trying to tell you. If you do it by the book, which means don't do anything you're going to regret. You're going to regret getting rid of me. And that's something you don't want to do to father death. So, while I'm at it here, I don't know if you guys know what that is there. You see the R, the A, the P, and the E? Rape? Jeez, I wonder who's getting raped around here. Must be those toys, eh? You know what pi is? P-I? We got an R-A-P here, rape. We got some pi. P-I. Oh, pi. Another word for... I wonder who's raping those pies out there. Well, what's that? Kind of looks like a one, like a 1 to 2. Huh. Maybe you want to check out that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Huh. I was raping those 1 to 12 pies. 1 to 12. Wonder who this REM is here. REM. Oh, look at that guy there. I think I see him in the corner over there. I see the corner there? You really can't see the corner because the papers are in the way. That's me in the corner. What's that? Oh, that's just a bird. I have these stuffs all over the walls, right? Like, me and my ex, she wrote all over the walls. So I had to cover up all the words that she put on the walls. And in the process of doing that, the green part, I happen to notice there's a bird here. Look at this one here has 3 blind mice there. Don't be a blind mouse, man, because if you don't watch my show, if you don't open up your third eye, you're not going to reach paradise. I'll tell you that. Oh, there's another bird there. That's my grandfather's spirit. That's my son's spirit. And that's my father's spirit. Keeping an eye on that guy. What's up here? There's some over here. See over here, they got this one here looks like a little bird to me. Over here, I thought I seen an elephant there. There's like a Trojan horse there. Trojan horse is the movie. Don't let that movie come into town. Oh, there's a pair of birds there. Oh, there's a crocodile over here. Oh, I see a penguin down here. Right there, that looks like a penguin. Oh, here's a silverback gorilla. Here's another bird over here. Right there. What else we got here? Oh, there's a warthog up here. You see a warthog there? There's a turtle over here. Turtle there. Oh, this one looks like an anteater. There's like an anteater here. There's his tail, the ears, the nose. One more here somewhere. Oh, there's the anteater there. I'm sure we should that one there. There's the anteater right there. His nose, his snout. This looks like a cat. There's a cat. I can't show that stuff up there because there's stuff up there you can't see. There's the mouth there. There's eyes. There's an ear there. This one is an elephant. There's an elephant there. And this one is that's like a crocodile with a turtle shell on the back. Oh, we can't forget the mother of dragons over here. Yeah, the mother of dragons here. Back for now, you see it better. See the mother of dragons there? So, that's him in the corner, man. Why? REM. Because of REW. REW means that I can rewind time. If I rewind time, if I get unalived and I rewind time, it's an instant win. It's a kill switch. Now, I've already showed you that before in that trailer, the kill switch trailer. That's about me. If I die, it shuts off the AI, shuts off everyone evil in creation. Everyone dies. I win instantly when I rewind time. That's my protection mechanism going forward forever. So the way nobody can ever kill me again or stab me in the back like they did at the beginning of creation. That's how I get out of this prison. So that's him losing his religion because I can rewind time. That's how I'm going to bust out of here. So, and I'm going to do it in the summer of the year 2027. PS. You see the PS over here? Postscript, PS. South, northwest. South, northwest. What does that mean? South, north, west. East is missing there. Postscript. South, north, west. Where is east? East should be over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I wonder why it's missing. These clowns that are coming over here, pretending to be your mom and daddy, they're children. That's why the east is missing, because I'm getting rid of them by deatomizing those 22,500 planets. And you're more than welcome to join them when they come here. But I'm telling you, when they come here, you need to tell them to take a hike and go chill at the moon. No, we don't want to play that tape because we don't want to gamble with our souls. Gee, I wonder what that One Direction is down there. Go check out One Direction. What do you got for me, One Direction? Oh, there we go. I see what you're trying to say. Oh, the story of my life. Right here, guys. Story of my life on the walls here are the things I can't explain. Good one, One Direction. All right. Story of my life, guys. In these walls are the stories that I can't explain. But I just showed you on the walls there. I can't tell you that. It's not in my book. So enjoy watching that one. The question is, will you be around? Will you be around for eternity to tell the story of your life? Because if you sat with those aliens, you won't be around for eternity. You won't be able to tell the story of your life. So, why won't you be around? Because you'll be part of the 27 Club, a cultural phenomenon referred to appropriate number of famous musicians and artists who died at the age of 27 due to drug abuse, alcohol, or that. So don't be a part of the 27 Club and follow those child aliens when they come over here pretending to be adults. They're not adults, man. They're children. Oh my goodness. So you might want to watch this, kids. I'll include it on it. So I want you to watch Dr. Eric Alloway Makes First Contact, but this is a better one you want to watch. Meeting the aliens. Meet aliens. This is Bros Rewind. If you side with those aliens, you're not gonna live forever. I'm gonna tell you that much, man. So what I want you to pay attention to is these palm trees in the background there. Do you see them? There's one this way, one that way. That's Satan. He's just doing that, man. There's the palm trees, man. Okay? So, hi, Sparks. Comes up. Hi, Sparks. Hi, Sparks. I missed you. Oh, sorry I couldn't be there for you, sweetheart. You're not real? You're not real. This is the dad. That's the daughter. So there's a reunion. She goes to visit these aliens, and she falls asleep. They put her in a state. They put her in a state of sleeping. She's in a lucid dream, basically. That's what happens when you die. You start dreaming. So if I was to deatomize the 242 trillion people, they'd all start dreaming. But since half of those are robots, only 121 trillion people would start dreaming. And all those that stand beside these aliens that come there, you're going to get deatomized because it's high treason. And when you get deatomized, it's just like falling asleep in a dream at night. It doesn't hurt whatsoever. You just fall asleep. Next thing you're stuck in a dream. So that's the daughter. That's the father. So if you don't want to be stuck in a dream, you need to see me as the real father because I'm the real deal. They're not. No. You're not real. You're not real, Dad? Now I want you to watch this here, Family Guy, right? Talking on about being a comedian. You're not real? You're not real, Dad? None of this is real? None of this is real? None of this is real. You know what is that too, man? That's my scientist. If you're a scientist, it means spirituality and science, man, because that's what's on my billboard out front here. Spirituality and science. That's my scientist. Because science is spirituality. Spirituality is science. Those atoms, those particles, those are spirits, man. The atoms are spirits. So, an incredible scientific spiritual discovery. Access, listen, learn, awaken, and change. There's that website with that book on there. That book tells everything that transpired in here using secret code. But you get the message of what I had to do back here. Hopefully I can get that book up and running in May when I get some money from my mom. I'll see if I can get that website up and running in May. You guys can go there and read that book. My Instagram, that just basically has it has my first kick at the can of trying to tell the story. And my Facebook has, I'm putting the book that I wrote that I haven't yet to publish. I put pictures on Facebook from that book. I've showed you that book in the previous video, the one that's on Google Books. So what I did is I uploaded to Google Books so I can access it on Google Books because it's the right formatting, but I can't get it published on there because they don't like, I don't know, they don't like something about me, so I can't publish it on there. But when I find a publisher to publish that book, I'll publish it, and you guys can go get that book for free. It's about spirituality and science. And then my YouTube video, well, that's just it's a personal journal where I'm making these videos. It's a way to tell what's happening behind the scenes that you can't see in the book or anywhere else. So there's spirituality and science. That's a different book, this one here. It's different. This one here is 1,600 pages long, and it uses pictures like the way I try to teach you here, using still shots. So I take still shots of videos that I want you to see and read or watch, and then you go watch those videos to open up your third eye. But it also tells autobiographical story of what happened, what transpired here. So if I'm being honest in that book of what transpired here, I can't be Anthony the deceiver. If I'm not the deceiver, obviously they're the deceiver. So access my stuff. Listen to what I have to say. Learn from what I'm teaching you. Awaken your third eye. Don't be a third eye blind mouse, because that's a death sentence. If you want to be a blind mouse, you're going to die. You need to change. You need to change everything, because like I said, we're trying to get to eternity, heaven. And there's certain things that heaven don't allow. You want to know what that is? You're in purgatory. You just don't know it. Or don't believe it. So I want you to watch this one here. It's not made up. There's certain things that you have to do. You have to change your diet. You have to change your lifestyle. Like you can't drink. You can't smoke. You can't get high. You can't watch pornography. You can't climax. You can't Jack and Jill. You can't have sex. You have to exercise. You have to do your 88 minutes of exercises daily, and you have to purify yourself of sins. There's a process that has to happen, which I've yet to teach you, but it's basic. You say your prayers. You try to confess every sin that you ever committed ever since childhood. Go back as far as you can. Like for me, it was up until 5 years old. I had to go back until I was 5 years old, because there's a lot of sins I thought about my classmates going from 5 years on upwards. I had to get rid of all that. And then you have to, once you start getting all that work done and you get purified, you have to maintain that lifestyle. Because nothing impure may enter my kingdom of eternity. If you're impure, and that means harboring, jealousy, you'll die when I get Livia pregnant. Because I can't allow that in my kingdom. If you're envious, you'll die. If you're, you know, having inappropriate thoughts, you'll die. Anything negative, you'll die. Nothing unclean may enter the kingdom of my heaven. So you're in purgatory right now. You just don't know it. So I suggest you clean up your acts. Because you need to change. If you don't change, you're not going to make it there forever, man. Now, where am I at? I'm out 2 hours here. These girls have me talking for 2 hours, and they changed the story around, but they made it a different story. But they're still manipulating the strings. They're still pulling the strings, and I asked them not to do that. But they changed the story around. They stuck it. They stuck as close as they can to the Tubi video. But man, did they ever pile a lot of extra homework on for you kids? That's what I don't like. I don't like it when they pile on that damn homework like that, man, because you lose focus of the main objective. The main objective is the Tubi video and them coming here with it, and to not let them come here with it. I could have did that video in half an hour, but no, these girls want to add more stuff onto my work plate. So, where are we here? So, I'm the real deal. So when you watch Contact, I'm Dad, not that other guy. So I'm going to leave you with Florida, all right? Or Florida. So, good feeling. So what you're going to notice here is this guy running around. You see across the universe? That's getting my guys across the universe to get over here in summer of 2027. Not January 27, summer of 2027, which is June, July, August, or September. No. June 21st, July 21st, October, or August 21st, September 21st. Yeah. Any time between then and there. I'm theorizing probably the late September, though, because they'll wake me up when September ends. So in the year, summer of 2027, my UFOs will fly across the universe and get over here. So you got quite a weight ahead of you. That's what good feeling is about. So this guy exercising. See, he's got a gym bag. Sometimes I get a good feeling. He's running. That's me running, right here. And so he's running, right? So, there. So, January 1st. Oh, you like that gossip. So, the gossip is about the movie that they're going to bring here. It's going to end up all over the place if somebody on planet Earth broadcasts that tape. And if you do, that's your own damn fault. So, January 1st, so you like that gossip, eh? That's good enough. I could go more, but I don't want to overload your plate. But let's look at this one here. Yeah, I got a brand new spirit. I still have spirits in me, like that they teleport into my electron or my atom. So when I'm 100% muscular and pure and exercising daily and eating healthy and not climax stuff, I'll be 100% pure. I'll have a brand new spirit, and that's what's going to allow those spaceships to come over here. That's what he's talking about, brand new spirit. But to get there, I gotta get all the fat out of my body, because you want to think of this fat as being bad atoms. Bad atoms are evil. So once I'm muscular, I'm no longer evil. I'm not evil now, but I mean, like, this fat is evil or bad. I won't be bad because I'll be good, because I won't have any negative atoms in me that are the fat in my body. That's the brand new spirit. So it's going to take a year to get there, because it's March now. I'm not starting my workout routine until May. So that's at least a year of exercise, daily exercise. So I need to be afforded that opportunity to exercise for a year, so I can get my UFOs here. And we could then do the court proceedings. So when they come here, I'm just telling you, mankind, tell them to take a hike. We understand why you're here, but we're going to do this by the book. We're not going to let you tarnish that guy's name with a tape, because anybody can make that goddamn tape up if you have access to your technology. And you'll forgive us if we don't want to start Armageddon. We don't want nobody dropping nukes on anybody, shooting anybody, or blowing anybody up. So can you go wait on the moon? We'll call you back in the year 2027, maybe in October. You can come back in October. We want to give that guy the opportunity to do what he needs to do. That's all I'm asking, mankind, because you don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize eternity here for yourself. I'm not worried about me. I know I'm going to live forever. The question is, do you want to live forever? So, the club can't handle me. Flowrider, what's the club? They're the club, man. Those club of clowns, man. I know how to make them stop and stare as I zone out. So, what he's talking about, there's these aliens coming here bringing a tape that makes you guys stop and stare at it as I zone out. Like, it's recorded through my eye, and I'm zoning out. Like, whatever it is I'm doing here, I'm zoning out. So, I know how to make mankind stop and stare at this bullshit tape that I'm bringing over there as Anthony zones out. That's what that means, man. It's just another subliminal meaning. But right now, it means I know how to make them stop and stare. Meaning, I'm making you stop and listen to me and stare at what I have to say as I zone out, using my third eye, so that you can make an informed decision on whether or not you want to join me forever or join them and get de-atomized. So they can't handle me, man. I can't be murdered. I can't be killed because I control time. I'm the timekeeper. I'm holding all the keys, man. There's nothing they can do to stop me. So they can't handle me right now. So basically, that's what I want to tell you. So they can't handle me. So you'll understand the verse or the chorus anyway. So they just can't handle me, man. So, but the whole song it's about them being arrogant. So like life of the club arrogant. Yeah, he's arrogant. Top like money. Yeah, he's money. All right. All the girls just melt. So the girl is talking about crystal meth and those worlds being full of girls where they get high on crystal meth. Want so many, all know me like 12. Who knows them like 12? 1 to 12. Those numbers that are getting raped from 1 to 12. Creating those damn toys for those guys over here. Look like cash and they all just stare. Bottles, models standing on the chairs. Fall out because the business. It's a business to them. Selling people to come over here to make toys and whatever else, man. It's all ridiculous. Zoned out, so much attention. Scream out in the building. Hey, yeah. So this whole entire song, it's written from their perspective as being arrogant. But they don't know that it's me, using it as a way to, show how arrogant and stupid they are, man. Because right there is the clue that connects to the shirt, man. They're coming over to make toys from 1 to 12 because they're arrogant like that. And the way they do it is they charge. It's a business. Oh, you want to go down there and make a toy? Yeah, man, it'll cost you this amount of money, man. So screw you guys, man. So it's a song that it comes from their perspective, but I can use it from my perspective, and that's why I want to use it from my perspective, because they can't handle me no more with their nonsense. So Wild Ones, the Wild Ones is about them being wild. What is a wild one? Hey, I heard you're a wild one. I heard you're a toy. Somebody told me that you were a toy. You're a wild one. If I took you home, it'd be a home run, right? So that's what that means, man. Hey, I heard you're a sex toy created by an evil man. If I took you home, it'd be a home run. Holy man, you must be really good, right? So that's what it means, guys. So show me how you do. Show me how you do it, wild one. I want to shut down the club with you. So that means he wants to take the wild one home with him. So some guy on the street. I can just imagine how the talk must go behind the scenes, right? Like, hey, what planet you from? After they have anal, right? Then they'll know that they're both bad, they're both dead. And so like, hey, what planet you from? Oh, I'm from here. What's your name? Oh, my name is blah blah blah. Oh, my name is blah blah blah. Really? So you're a wild one too? Yeah, I'm a wild one too. You mean you're an imposter? Yeah, I'm an imposter, man. Oh man, let's have a great time, man. Till our guys come over here with the UFOs, and we can all go home after we get rid of all mankind. Yeah, I like being a wild one with you. That's what the song's about, guys. A bunch of people being wild ones around here. But because it's my song, I'm gonna use it for me. So, hey Olivia, I heard you're a wild one. You wanna you want to chill out with those aliens up there. Don't. Because if I took you home with me, it'd be a home run, Olivia. Show me how you do, Olivia. I want to shut down the club with you, Olivia. I want to shut down these evil club of alien predators with you. Hey, I heard you're a wild one, wild one, wild one. Right? It could go that way. Or it could go the other way because of my spiritual warfare, right? Hey, Anthony, I heard you're a wild one. You know, they come over to say you're Satan. If I took you home with me, Anthony, it'd be a home run. Show me how you do it, Anthony. I want to shut down the club with you, Anthony, because I heard those damn alien predators are horrible people. Hey, I heard you're a wild one, Anthony. I heard you're a wild one. Hey, I heard you're a wild one, right? So it can go three ways. You know? So that's it. I'm done. Listen to your wild ones and try not to, be de-atomized.